Have you ever wondered why some men never chase? Yet somehow they are the ones women end up chasing. Not because they tried harder. Not because they looked better. Not because they had more money, status, or social power. But because there is something deeper within them. A presence, a calmness, a stillness that silently draws a woman in. It's subtle, almost invisible. Yet every woman feels it instantly. You've seen this happen in real life. A man who barely speaks in a social setting somehow becomes the one she remembers. He doesn't perform. He doesn't beg for attention. He doesn't try to prove anything. He simply is. Meanwhile, another man, louder, more expressive, trying harder, becomes forgettable. His presence feels like noise, like he is constantly reaching for something outside himself, like he is seeking her reaction. Women don't chase the man who seeks approval. They chase the man who already has approval from himself. Women don't chase the loudest man. They chase the man whose silence means something. Because silence is not just lack of words. Silence is emotional security. It is the energy of, I am enough as I am. Now what is that something? This is where most men misunderstand everything about attraction. Most men believe women fall for the handsome guy, the rich guy, the smooth talker. But women do not fall for those things. They fall for how they feel in a man's presence. Women feel drawn to the man who is rooted, grounded, balanced from within, a man who does not need her but can choose her. And this is the subtle truth that almost no dating advice, no pickup strategy, and no texting trick will ever teach you. A man who needs nothing is the man everything moves toward. Not because he's cold, not because he's distant, not because he's pretending not to care, but because he is full. He does not chase women to feel valuable. He does not need validation to feel alive. He does not look to a relationship to complete him. He is already whole. This is the shocking truth behind why 95.7% of women chase certain men. Even if they don't want to, even if they try not to, even if they don't fully understand why. Women are drawn to inner peace the way fire is drawn to oxygen. They cannot resist it because they rarely see it. Today, we're not here to manipulate feminine psychology. We are here to return you to your center, the place where attraction happens naturally, where presence replaces performance, where grounded confidence replaces insecurity, where your energy speaks louder than your words ever could. Because once you remember who you are, the world moves toward you, without you having to chase it. Part 1. The calm that cannot be imitated. When a woman meets a man, she isn't simply noticing his height, his jawline, or his sense of fashion. Women feel men. They feel the energy behind the eyes. They feel the emotional atmosphere a man carries inside himself. Men judge visually. Women judge emotionally. So while a man is thinking, she's beautiful, a woman is thinking, is this man rooted? Or is he reaching? And this one question changes everything. A rooted man is centered in himself. He stands in the world like a tree that has been growing for 100 years. He does not sway easily. He does not rush. He does not adjust himself constantly to be liked. He is anchored. But a man who is reaching, he leaks energy. He gives off the subtle vibe of, please give me something. Attention, validation, approval. Even if he doesn't say it, she feels it. Because she doesn't listen to his words. She listens to his nervous system. She notices the speed of his breathing, the tension in his shoulders, the micro movements in his face, the tone behind his voice. She notices whether his silence feels peaceful or uncomfortable. Two men can say the exact same sentence, but one says it from groundedness and the other from fear. One is warm, the other is hungry, and women are instinctively repelled by emotional hunger. Even if the man looks good, even if he's talented, even if he's trying his best, because hunger says, you complete me. And a woman does not want to complete a man. She wants to join a man who is already whole. A calm man doesn't need to prove anything. He doesn't talk more to impress. He doesn't try to win approval. His silence itself has weight, and weight is attractive. Because silence that comes from inner peace says, I am enough. Not in arrogance, not in ego, but in presence. This is why when a calm man walks into a room, the atmosphere changes. Not because he is trying, but because his being speaks louder than behavior ever could. Women don't chase the man who is trying to be enough. They chase the man who already is enough. Part 2. Emotional self-containment. Most men think attraction is about exchanging feelings. If I show affection, she will return affection. If I show attention, she will show attention. If I show love, she will love me. But emotional exchange only works when both people are full. Most men are not full. They're seeking emotional completion. They are hoping a woman will fill the space inside them that they have not filled for themselves. But a Stoic man is different. A Stoic man does not run from his emotions, he holds them. He doesn't suppress desire, he contains it. He doesn't deny attraction, he lets it exist without controlling him. He doesn't fear affection, he simply doesn't use it as a bargaining tool. He can feel deeply without being tossed around by what he feels. This is emotional adulthood, and it is the rarest form of masculinity in modern dating. When a woman pulls away, most men collapse. They panic. They chase harder. They text more. They overthink. They try to fix something that was never broken. But the man with emotional self-containment does not collapse. He remains steady, not out of coldness, but out of wholeness. He knows his sense of worth does not rise and fall based on whether one person stays or goes. So he does not chase. He does not beg. He does not lose his grounding. He simply remains himself. This is why women chase him, not because he withdraws affection, but because his affection is not fragile. He is not waiting to be chosen. He has already chosen himself. Being near him feels like sitting near truth, like being near clarity, like being near peace. And peace is rare, especially today, especially in dating. This is why women return to him, why they think about him long after he's gone, why they seek him instead of forgetting him. A man who is emotionally self-contained becomes unforgettable, not because he demands to be remembered, but because his presence cannot be replaced. Part 3, the energy of I can walk away. There is a silent power that only a few men possess. It is not aggression. It is not dominance. It is not cold distance. It is the energy that says, I am here because I choose to be, not because I need to be. This is the energy of a man with a life, a mission, a direction, a purpose. When a woman realizes that a man is complete without her, something profound happens inside her psychology. She sees that he is not attached to her for emotional survival. He is not asking her to make him whole. He is not looking to her to define his identity. He has a world of his own, and she is being invited into it. This is why the strongest attraction happens not when a man gives up his life for a woman, but when he continues his life and allows her to join it. A man who abandons his goals for a woman becomes less attractive. A man who abandons his discipline becomes emotionally weak. A man who abandons his direction becomes dependent. But a man who stays on his path, and that is a man she respects. Marcus Aurelius said, "The man who has mastered himself holds the world." When a woman feels that you can walk away, but you choose to stay, and it creates a deep respect, admiration, and attraction, she does not feel neglected. She feels valued, because your presence is a choice, not a need. Women don't want to be the center of your universe. They want to orbit alongside you as you move through yours. When you have purpose, discipline, and direction, she doesn't want to lose you. She begins to chase, not because you are playing a game, but because she recognizes you are a man she cannot easily replace. Part 4. He doesn't chase, but he doesn't avoid either. Most men only know two modes. Either they chase her, or they run from her. They chase because they fear losing her. They avoid because they fear being hurt by her. Both are fear. Stoicism teaches neither. A Stoic man does not text her every hour, trying to keep her interested, but he also does not disappear to look cool or seem hard to get. He is not driven by fear. He is driven by clarity. He knows what he wants, and he stands in that truth without tension. If he likes her, he can say, "I enjoy being around you." No anxiety, no overthinking, no trembling inside, because he speaks from fullness and not from need. He isn't trying to win her. He's simply expressing what is real inside him. He can offer affection without drowning in emotion. He can show interest without abandoning his purpose. He can love without losing himself. And this is the part women feel deeply. Warm heart, steady mind, unshakable spine. A man whose emotions are alive but not ruling him. He isn't afraid to feel. He isn't afraid to care. He just doesn't collapse under the weight of his feelings. This is why they chase him. Because most men either cling too tightly or close off completely. But he lives in the sacred middle, a place of connection without attachment. And that is the most powerful magnetic energy a man can carry. Part 5. The Quiet Mystery. Presence speaks louder than performance. Most men talk too much trying to impress, trying to convince, trying to prove they're worthy. They speak to fill space because silence makes them insecure. But a man who is comfortable in silence, a man who can sit with her, without needing to entertain her, that man is rare. He doesn't rush his words. He chooses his sentences with intention. He speaks slowly, with weight, with thought. And women feel that. They begin to wonder, what is he thinking? What has he lived through? What is behind those eyes? Not because he is hiding, not because he is withholding, but because he does not perform. A man who performs is trying to be seen. A man who is already seen. He is not mysterious because he tries to be. He is mysterious because he is comfortable with not being understood immediately. His depth is real. His mind has layers. His emotions have roots. And she wants to explore them. This is masculine mystery. Not loudness. Not arrogance. Not aloofness. But presence. Grounded, calm presence that says, I don't need to be anything other than who I am. And that makes her think about him even when he's not there. Part 6. The Core Principle. Everything we've talked about comes down to one central, unshakable truth. A woman cannot fully love a man who abandons himself. If he betrays his values to impress her, she loses respect. If he sacrifices his purpose to keep her, she loses attraction. If he changes his personality to please her, she loses interest. Women don't fall in love with men who chase them. They fall in love with men who remain themselves in the presence of desire. The man she chases is not trying to gain her approval. He is not trying to get her validation. He is not trying to make her stay. He is simply being who he is, fully and consistently. He chooses growth. He chooses depth. He chooses alignment. And when she sees that he is growing not for her but for himself, she is drawn to him like gravity, because being near him doesn't make her feel small. It makes her feel expanded. He is a mirror that reflects her highest self. And once a woman feels that in her heart, she will not walk away. Conclusion: the man who never chases. So now you understand the real secret, the truth most men never learn. Women don't chase the loudest man. Women don't chase the richest man. Women don't chase the most handsome man. They chase the man who is whole within himself, the one who carries peace like an aura, whose silence speaks louder than validation, whose energy says, I'm complete with or without you. Because deep down, every woman feels the difference between a man who wants her and a man who needs her. One is attractive, the other is desperate. And desperation, no matter how charming it tries to appear, always repels. But wholeness, that's magnetic. It's the quiet confidence of a man who knows who he is. It's the discipline to walk away when respect fades. It's the emotional control to stay grounded when tested. It's the self-worth that doesn't crumble under rejection. That man, the man who does not abandon himself for affection, becomes unforgettable. He doesn't chase approval. He creates peace. He doesn't seek validation. He radiates purpose. He doesn't lose himself in women. He invites women into his world. He's not the storm. He's the calm that the storm desires. He's not the noise, and he's the silence that commands respect. He's not the player. He's the standard that players imitate but never embody. When you become that kind of man, something shifts permanently. You no longer chase love, you attract it. You no longer compete, you stand out naturally. You no longer fear losing anyone because you've already found yourself. And that's the ultimate power. To live so aligned with your values that no woman, no situation, and no rejection can take you off balance. You move with quiet certainty. You speak with purpose. You love without attachment. You walk away without resentment. Because a man who knows himself never loses anything. He simply allows what's not meant for him to fall away. And the right woman, the one who recognizes that energy, won't just be drawn to you. She'll feel safe with you. Safe in your presence. Safe in your silence. Safe in your strength. So remember this. The ultimate form of attraction is peace. And peace belongs to the man who no longer chases. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.